Acid reflux is no joke. It's really painful and it can be very, very chronic if not treated properly. Now, there are many different things that can cause acid reflux. In this video, I'm going to talk about one particular spice that will stop acid reflux dead in its tracks. But first, let's talk about what acid reflux is and why it happens. Acid reflux, also known as GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, happens when the stomach acids, which are very strong acids, start to flow back up into your esophagus. And the reason this happens is because of a muscle called the lower esophageal sphincter. So, when you swallow food, this muscle relaxes to allow the food to go down, and then it closes so that the food stays in your stomach and the acid stays in your stomach. But sometimes this muscle can relax at the wrong time, or it can become weak, allowing the acid to flow back up into the esophagus and causing that burning sensation that you feel with acid reflux or heartburn. Acid reflux is a very common problem. Up to 60 million people in the United States alone suffer from this condition, and 15% of those people are children. This condition can be mild to severe, and it's often worse at night, and it can disrupt sleep. And the symptoms of acid reflux include a burning pain in your chest, difficulty swallowing, nausea, vomiting, and even erasing your stomach lining. Over time, the acid starts eating away at your stomach lining, which can lead to ulcers, bleeding, and even cancer. There are many factors that contribute to acid reflux. For example, hiatal hernia, which is when part of your stomach bulges through an opening in your diaphragm, and this can allow more acid to reflux back up. Another factor could be pregnancy, because during pregnancy the hormones can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, allowing more acid to flow back up. Certain foods can trigger acid reflux as well, such as fatty or fried foods, chocolate, citrus fruits, tomatoes, and spicy foods. We also know that obesity plays a role in acid reflux as well as smoking, alcohol consumption, and carbonated beverages. So now that we understand what acid reflux is, we know some of the causes and we know some of the risk factors. Let's talk about how we diagnose acid reflux. Well, first, your doctor will ask you about your symptoms and your medical history and do a physical exam. They may perform an endoscopy, which is when a thin, flexible tube with a camera on the end is inserted into your esophagus to view the inside of your stomach. During the endoscopy, your doctor may also perform a biopsy to examine a small sample of your stomach lining under a microscope. Other tests that can be done include a pH monitoring test, which measures the amount of acid in your esophagus over time, and a manometry test, which measures the pressure in your esophagus and helps to evaluate the function of the lower esophageal sphincter. Now, treatments for acid reflux include lifestyle changes and medications. Lifestyle changes may include losing weight if you are overweight, avoiding trigger foods and drinks, such as fatty or fried foods, citrus fruits, tomatoes, and spicy foods, as well as quitting smoking and limiting alcohol consumption. Medications that can be used to treat acid reflux include antacids, H2 blockers, and proton pump inhibitors. However, today we're going to focus on natural remedies that can help reduce acid reflux symptoms. One of the best natural remedies for acid reflux is apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which has been shown to strengthen the lower esophageal sphincter and reduce the amount of acid reflux. To use apple cider vinegar for acid reflux, you can take 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a glass of water before each meal. You can also add apple cider vinegar to your salad dressings or marinades. Another way to use apple cider vinegar is to drink a glass of apple cider vinegar and water before bed to help prevent nighttime acid reflux. Another great natural remedy for acid reflux is ginger. Ginger has anti-inflammatory properties that can help soothe the esophagus and reduce inflammation. You can drink ginger tea by steeping 1 teaspoon of grated ginger in hot water for 10 minutes. You can also take ginger capsules. The recommended dosage is 3 grams 3 times per day. Another great herb for acid reflux is slippery elm. Slippery elm contains a compound called mucin, which coats and protects the lining of the esophagus and stomach, which can help reduce inflammation and irritation caused by acid reflux. To use slippery elm, you can drink slippery elm tea by steeping 1 teaspoon of slippery elm bark in hot water for 10 minutes. You can also take slippery elm capsules. The recommended dosage is 600 mg 3 times per day. Chamomile is another excellent choice for reducing acid reflux. Chamomile has anti-inflammatory and relaxing properties that can help calm the digestive system and reduce stress-related acid reflux. You can drink chamomile tea by steeping 1 teaspoon of chamomile flowers in hot water for 10 minutes. You can also take chamomile capsules. The recommended dosage is 90 mg 3 times per day. Licorice root is another herb that has been traditionally used to treat digestive issues like acid reflux. It can help boost the production of gastric mucus and bicarbonate, which helps neutralize stomach acid and protect the esophagus. To use licorice root, you can drink licorice root tea by steeping 1 teaspoon of licorice root in hot water for 10 minutes. You can also take licorice root capsules. The recommended dosage is 90 mg 3 times per day. There is also evidence that betaine hydrochloride can help reduce acid reflux symptoms. Betaine hydrochloride is a supplement that contains betaine, which is a compound found in the gastric juices of the stomach. Taking betaine hydrochloride supplements can help increase the amount of acid in the stomach, which can help strengthen the lower esophageal sphincter and reduce the amount of acid reflux. However, it's important to note that betaine hydrochloride supplements should not be taken if you have an active stomach ulcer or other stomach condition. Probiotics are also another great option for reducing acid reflux symptoms. Probiotics are beneficial bacteria that can help improve gut health and digestion. Several studies have shown that taking probiotic supplements can help reduce the severity and frequency of acid reflux episodes. Look for a probiotic with at least 1 billion colony-forming units or more and containing multiple different strains of bacteria. Now let's get to the spice that stops acid reflux dead in its tracks. We already talked about ginger and how it has anti-inflammatory properties that can help soothe the esophagus and reduce inflammation. But did you know that there is a specific compound in ginger that can actually strengthen the lower esophageal sphincter and reduce the amount of acid reflux? That compound is called shogaol. Shogaol is a gingerol analog, which is a type of bioactive compound found in ginger. Studies show that shogaol can help increase the tone of the lower esophageal sphincter, which is the muscle that keeps acid in the stomach. By increasing the tone of this muscle, shogaol helps to prevent acid reflux by keeping the acid in the stomach where it belongs. Researchers believe that shogaol may also help reduce inflammation in the esophagus and stomach, which can further help relieve acid reflux symptoms. You can get shogaol by consuming fresh ginger, but it's important to note that the amount of shogaol in fresh ginger may not be high enough to effectively treat acid reflux. There are ginger tea and supplements available that contain higher concentrations of shogaol, making them a more effective option for treating acid reflux. When looking for a ginger supplement, it's important to find one that specifically mentions shogaol on the label, as not all ginger supplements contain this compound. Another spice that is very effective for acid reflux is turmeric. Turmeric is a golden-colored spice that is often used in curry and other Indian dishes. It contains a compound called curcumin, which has potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Curcumin has been shown to reduce inflammation in the digestive tract and enhance the function of the lower esophageal sphincter, leading to fewer acid reflux episodes. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that curcumin supplementation improved acid reflux symptoms in 80% of participants with mild to moderate acid reflux. Another study published in the International Journal of Pharmacy and Biological Sciences showed that curcumin was as effective as conventional medications in treating acid reflux. You can get curcumin by consuming turmeric in your food or by taking turmeric supplements. It's important to note that while these spices and remedies can be very effective in treating acid reflux, it's still important to see your doctor for a proper diagnosis and to rule out any underlying conditions. Also, if you're taking any medications, it's important to speak with your doctor before adding any new supplements or herbs to your diet, as they may interact with your medications. Additionally, if you experience severe or persistent acid reflux symptoms, it's important to seek medical attention promptly, as it could be a sign of a more serious condition. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something new. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up and stay tuned for more videos. Have a wonderful day.